Hey there, I'm Tyler Lunsford, and you're watching a review of Popcorner. What is up, beautiful people? My name is Tyler Lunsford, and welcome back to another magic trick review here on the channel. Now, if you're new here, then definitely please consider subscribing and take a look around the channel at my past reviews. Now, if you are new here, like I said, welcome. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time today. I really do appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me that you just want to take some time out of your day to be here with me, and I really do appreciate that. And if you'd like to help support the channel because you've been a long-time supporter or viewer, then definitely check out my website, tylerlunsford.com. There I have all sorts of things like playing cards, merch, and some original creations of mine. And also the merchandise is always free worldwide shipping wherever you are in the world. So thank you so much if you checked it out or if you're going to check it out. I really do appreciate it. It helps me keep the lights on, helps me buy more magic to review, and I really do appreciate you just watching. If you can't afford to buy anything, I totally get that. You can also check me out on Patreon if you would like to help support the channel even more. But with all that said, that's all the plugging I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get into this review of Popcorner right now. First off, you need to know what actually is Popcorner. Well, Popcorner is a virtually self-working gimmick that can turn any soda can into a card-finding gimmick on the go. The gimmick won't trigger until you want it to trigger, and once it triggers, a torn corner of the spectator's playing card instantly appears next to the tab of the soda can. It's super easy to do, and you can perform it anytime and anywhere. The best part is the soda can can be examined before and after, and you can even use a borrowed soda can. What will you be receiving if you decide to purchase it? Well, you get a downloadable video online that's a little over 10 minutes long where the creator is going to walk you through how to create the gimmick, two different versions of the gimmick, to where you can actually do it without touching the can, you can do it on social media, and you can do it with a borrowed can. So there's multiple different ways you can perform this. Now that you know what Popcorner is and you know what you receive, let's talk more about some questions you may have, such as how difficult is it to do? It's actually so easy to do. This is going to be something that you can get down in 5 minutes. It's practically self-working. Like they say in the, obviously you have to trigger it, but once you trigger it, the gimmick does all the work for you and makes the corner appear at the tab of the can. How are the angles when it comes to Popcorner? The angles are 180 degrees or maybe like 200 degrees. You just need to keep your audience in front of you. They can't see all the way around the can. Now, if you're doing the social media version, obviously you know the angles on that. It's your camera and wherever you place it, and that is the version where you actually get to control the corner going to the top of the can, and they see your hands in plain sight the whole time, which is really cool, but that's a social media thing. Since this is a download and you know that there's a gimmick involved, you have to make it because you don't get anything shipped to you. So how's the DIY? What's the, do-it-yourself work like? Is it easy? Is it hard? Time consuming? Well, it's actually really easy to do, and it won't take you that long. It'll maybe take you 10 minutes to make the gimmick. It's not hard to do at all. Now, the gimmick that you're making is made out of materials that you probably have lying around your house if you're a gimmick maker. Now, it's not just going to be something that you just have lying around your house if you've never made a gimmick before, but if you've made gimmicks before, then you definitely have this stuff lying around. Is this examinable? Well, this is kind of what I'm going to talk about the negatives, because in the ad copy it says you can do this with a borrowed can, or you can do it with like a can that's not gimmicked or whatever. And while that is true to an extent, I think you have to be, I'm trying to figure out how to word this without giving too much away, I think you have to be pretty ballsy, or you have to be really confident, and you have to be really good at misdirection when you're doing this, because part of me just feels like this is something that I've not tried to do the ungimmicked, or well, it's gimmicked, but the loading and ditching of the gimmick. I haven't tried to do that in front of a person because I honestly just feel like it's gonna look weird. You have to play around with the can a little bit, and I don't feel comfortable saying, hey, can I see your can? I have to adjust the tab on it. Like, why do I have to adjust the tab on the can? Like, there's no reason for that. And why do I need to hold the can like maybe 10 seconds for the magic to happen, like before the magic even happens? I should be able to grab the can and do the trick right then, instead of stalling for a little bit and having to do a little something. I think it just takes too long to apply the gimmick to the can and to be able to get it back out of the can once you've, applied it. That's just me. I just don't think that it's something that I want to do with an examined can. Now, that's not to say you can't do it in person, because I absolutely would do this in person with the gimmick version where you don't have to worry about switching the gimmick out of the can or whatnot like that. I totally think that this is something that can happen in person. I just wouldn't do it with a borrowed can. There's my thoughts on that, and obviously the angles, you need to have people in front of the can. What are the positives when it comes to performing Popcorner? Well, I do love the visual on this. It's a really nice visual, like the moment where the corner actually just appears next to the tab looks really good. And I like the social media version because I feel like there's a lot of things you could do with it, whereas, having your hands free shown and then the corner still still appears. I feel like there's some different ways you could go with that, which I really do like. What should this retail as? Well, it currently retails as $15 US, and is that a fair price? Honestly, I think it's a bit overpriced for what you can do with it because it's pretty much just a corner of something appearing at the top of a can. I think it should be more like $10. That's just my opinion. I just don't feel like you're getting enough for $15. But, I mean, the visual looks cool, right? And I'm not going to knock it on the visual because it does look really neat. I just feel like it should be more like $10 just because you are kind of limited with what you can do with it because it's just a corner appearing on a can, which while it's cool, I don't think $15 is a good price for it. It should be more like $10. What would I give this out of 10? I'm going to give this an 8.4 out of 10. The reason it's getting that score is because of the things I listed with the examinable part. I just don't know how I feel about that. I don't really trust actually doing this with a can, a borrowed can, and then having it examined afterwards. I just don't feel comfortable doing that, and I don't think it's as practical because of the stalling or the misdirection you might have to do than I would like it to be. Another thing is obviously the price. I think it should be just a little bit lower, but besides all that, I still think the visual is really neat, and that's why it's still getting a solid rating. Thanks so much for watching this video all the way to the end. If you feel that Popcorner is for you and you want to purchase it, the link for it is in the description down below. Now also in the description is a link to my Instagram page. There you can follow me on Instagram at TowerLancerMagic. There I post all sorts of behind the scenes, Q&As, sneak peeks, polls. So definitely go head on over there and follow me on there if you would like to. Also, if you have any questions about this, then comment down below on this video and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Also, one more thing, I would like to thank the creator for sending me this product so that way I could do this review for you beautiful people out there. And if you'd like to check out my website, towerlancer.com, you can buy some merch on there, help support the channel, help keep the lights on, and help me buy some more magic that I can review for you, or just put more money into other videos because I have different ideas for videos for magicians that I would love to do, but it's just a funding thing and all sorts of stuff like that and a time thing because work and school. But besides all that, if you want to support me on Patreon, you can also do that if you don't want to buy a shirt or anything. But thank you so much for even considering it and for just watching all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much for that, and hopefully I'll see you in another video I post sometime soon. See ya.